There's a coil of black pipe that costs $3 at any hardware store. You connect it to a garden hose, lay it flat in the sun, and within 90 minutes, you have hot water flowing at 140 degrees. No electricity, no gas line, no monthly utility bill, no tankless water heater installation. Hot showers for the rest of your life powered by nothing but sunlight hitting dark plastic. In 1891, a Baltimore inventor patented a solar hot water system built on this exact principle. By 1930, over half the homes in southern Florida had solar water heaters on their rooftops. Then, the gas industry crushed it. They did not stop building solar heaters because the technology failed. They stopped because it eliminated the monthly payment. A pipe that heats water using the sun cannot generate a recurring gas bill, and what cannot generate a recurring bill cannot generate quarterly profit. This is the story of the $3 shower the energy companies deleted from your rooftop. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up what the energy industry buried. The year is 1891, and a metal fabricator named Clarence Kemp works inside a cramped Baltimore workshop surrounded by tin sheets and copper tubing. Kemp has been obsessing over a simple observation that every plumber in America already knows, but nobody has monetized. Dark containers left in sunlight get hot. A black bucket of water sitting on a porch roof in July reaches temperatures that burn your hand. Kemp takes this kitchen table observation and engineers it into a commercial product. He calls the Climax solar water heater. The design is embarrassingly simple. 4 black painted metal tanks sealed inside a glass-covered wooden box mounted on a south-facing rooftop. Cold water flows in through the bottom, sunlight passes through the glass panel and heats the dark tanks, and hot water rises out through a pipe at the top. No moving parts, no fuel source, no operating cost after installation. Kemp patents the Climax system and begins selling it through plumbing supply catalogs across the American Southeast. By 1900, thousands of homes in Southern California and Arizona are running entirely on solar-heated water. Families in Pasadena take hot baths every evening without burning a single lump of coal. The technology spreads to Florida, where the subtropical sun makes it almost absurdly efficient. By 1923, an estimated 65% of homes in Miami have rooftop solar water heating systems. Not solar panels generating electricity, the technology comes decades later. Simple black containers absorbing sunlight and delivering free hot water through basic plumbing. A Florida company called Solar Water Heater Company sells over 10,000 residential units between 1920 and 1930. The average household saves between 40 and 60% on annual fuel costs. Real estate advertisements in Miami newspapers list solar water heating as a premium selling feature alongside indoor plumbing and paved driveways. This is not fringe technology from a hippie commune in the desert. This is mainstream American infrastructure adopted by tens of thousands of middle-class families, hotels, and military barracks across the Sun Belt. During World War II, the Army issues black rubberized shower bags to troops in North Africa and the Pacific, standard field equipment that reached 120 degrees from nothing but dark material absorbing desert sun. After the war, the solar water heating industry in Florida continues to expand through the late 1940s. Then, in 1950, natural gas pipelines reach southern Florida for the first time. The gas utility companies arrive with an aggressive marketing campaign they call the Blue Flame Initiative. They offer subsidized gas water heater installations at below-cost pricing, specifically designed to undercut the existing solar heating infrastructure. Gas companies send door-to-door salesmen through Miami neighborhoods, offering to rip out rooftop solar panels and replace them with gas heaters at promotional rates. Within 5 years, the solar heating industry collapses from dominant market position to near extinction. This video is just the surface of what they disconnected. I collected everything the energy and outdoor industry does not want you to know, all inside the complete Forbidden Camping Vault. The complete off-grid blueprint covers full energy independence methods they fought to suppress for decades. The Forbidden Firecraft Manual reveals military fire techniques now classified as dangerous for civilian use. The 72-hour blackout checklist prepares your household for total grid failure before the lights go dark. The Lost Rations. Cookbook contains wartime preservation recipes that work without refrigeration or electricity. Emergency shelter designs that outperform $300 tents using scrap materials and forest debris. Natural water purification systems that indigenous tribes perfected centuries before the filtration industry existed. Solar heating methods that cost pennies and replace hundreds of dollars in annual utility payments. Over 10 guides in one vault, no fluff, straight to the point. The link is in the description. But stay right here because the science behind this black pipe gets even more devastating for the energy industry. The physics of solar water heating is so elegant that it borders on embarrassing for anyone who pays a monthly gas bill. Black polyethylene pipe absorbs approximately 95% of all solar radiation that strikes its surface. A University of Florida study published in 2008 measured the thermal performance of coiled black pipe solar collectors under controlled summer conditions. A 60-foot coil of 3/4-inch black polyethylene pipe produced water temperatures consistently between 130 and 155 degrees Fahrenheit. The peak thermal efficiency reached 73%, meaning nearly 3/4 of all sunlight energy hitting the pipe transferred directly into the water. Commercial electric water heaters operate at roughly 90% efficiency, but require constant grid electricity to maintain temperature. The solar coil requires nothing except a clear sky and 2 hours of direct exposure. Researchers at the University of New South Wales in Australia tested a similar passive thermosiphon design in 2014. They documented that a basic coiled collector with no pump, no controls, and no insulation delivered usable hot water on over 300 days per year in temperate climates. 300 days of hot water from a device with zero operating cost. A separate thermal engineering study from the Indian Institute of Technology measured heat transfer rates in black pipe solar collectors across different pipe diameters. The optimal configuration used 3/4-inch diameter tubing coiled into a flat spiral pattern mounted on a dark backing board. Water flow rates of half a gallon per minute through the coil produced a temperature rise of 65 degrees Fahrenheit above ambient inlet temperature in under 90 minutes of midday sun exposure. The researchers calculated that a single 8-foot by 4-foot collector panel produces enough thermal energy to heat 40 gallons of water per day in summer conditions. 40 gallons is more than enough for 2 full hot showers from a panel that costs less than $20 in materials. If you have made it this far, you already know more about free hot water than 99% of homeowners still writing monthly checks to their gas company. Are you still paying a utility corporation to heat water when $3 a black pipe and the sun above your roof can do it for nothing? Subscribe and share this with someone who deserves to stop funding the industry that deleted their grandparents' solution. Everything the energy companies buried is inside the complete Forbidden Camping Vault. The link is in the description. Now stay with me, because what the gas and electric industry did after Florida is the part that should make you furious. The residential water heating market in the United States alone generates over $30 billion in annual revenue. $30 billion per year extracted from households for the privilege of heating water, the most basic domestic need after shelter. The average American family spends between $400 and $600 annually on water heating through gas or electric utility bills. That is a customer who pays every single month without questioning why, because they were never told an alternative existed. The natural gas industry understood this math perfectly in the 1950s. Every solar water heater on a rooftop represented a household permanently disconnected from the monthly billing cycle. Not a reduced bill, a canceled account. The gas lobby group called the American Gas Association spent millions on advertising campaigns throughout the 1950s and 60s, promoting gas water heaters as modern, clean, and essential for the contemporary American kitchen. Their print advertisements in home magazines showed gleaming chrome appliances with smiling housewives, positioning gas heating as a symbol of post-war prosperity. They never mentioned that the rooftop system their salesman had just ripped down required zero fuel and zero monthly payments. By the mid-1960s, solar water heating had been effectively erased from the American housing market. The knowledge that built an entire industry in Florida vanished within 15 years of the gas pipeline arrival. When the energy crisis hit in 1973, desperate homeowners suddenly wanted solar heating again. The federal government published a series of technical bulletins on do-it-yourself solar water heating for residential application. Those bulletins showed designs almost identical to what Clarence Kemp had patented 80 years earlier. Black containers absorbing sunlight through basic thermodynamics. Thousands of Americans built homemade solar collectors during the oil embargo years using the same black pipe principle. But the moment the energy crisis passed, the fossil fuel lobby went back to work. They pressured state legislatures to impose building codes that required licensed contractor installation for any solar thermal system. A homeowner who could build a functional solar water heater in an afternoon with hardware store parts was now told they needed a permitted, inspected, professionally installed system costing thousands of dollars. The do-it-yourself solution was regulated into irrelevance. You cannot patent sunlight hitting a dark surface. You cannot meter the thermal energy absorbed by a coil of black tubing laying on a rooftop. You cannot install a subscription model on a device that has no fuel input and no moving parts. And what cannot be metered, billed, or controlled cannot be allowed to become common knowledge. The gas meter on the side of your house exists because someone in the 1950s made sure you would never learn what your rooftop already does when you lay dark material across it in direct sunlight. Now, here is exactly how to take that knowledge back. Go to any hardware store and purchase 100 feet of 3/4-inch black polyethylene irrigation tubing, the type sold for garden drip systems. The cost is typically between $3 and $5 for a 100-foot roll. Buy 2 brass hose adapter fittings, one for each end of the tubing, to connect standard garden hose threads to the polyethylene pipe. Total cost for fittings is under $2 at the plumbing supply aisle. Find a flat surface that receives direct sunlight for at least 4 hours per day, a south-facing section of roof, a wooden pallet leaning against a shed wall, or even a dark-colored plywood board laying flat on the ground. Coil the black tubing into a tight, flat spiral on the surface, starting from the center and working outward like a cinnamon roll made of pipe. Secure the coil flat against the surface using zip ties or small brackets so it does not unravel in the wind. If possible, paint the backing surface matte black to maximize heat absorption from reflected sunlight underneath the coil. Connect one end of the coil to your water supply through a garden hose with the brass fitting adapter. Attach a second garden hose to the output end of the coil. This is your hot water delivery line. Run the output hose to a simple outdoor shower head, a camp shower bag hanging from a tree branch, or directly into a bucket for washing. Turn the water supply onto a slow trickle, just enough to keep the pipe full without flushing cold water through faster than the sun can heat it. The slower the flow rate, the hotter the output temperature. After 60 to 90 minutes of sun exposure with the coil filled, test the output water temperature with your hand before stepping under it. On a sunny summer afternoon, the water temperature can exceed 150 degrees, which will scald skin on contact. Mix hot output with a cold water line using a simple Y splitter hose connector to achieve a comfortable shower temperature around 104 degrees. For a more permanent camp installation, mount 2 collector coils in parallel on a raised wooden frame angled toward the southern sky at roughly your geographic latitude in degrees. Connect both coils to a shared output manifold feeding a gravity-fed storage barrel elevated above your shower enclosure. This doubled system produces enough hot water for 4 to 6 full showers per day during summer months without a single watt of electricity. Your neighbor is paying $500 a year to a gas corporation for the same hot water that $3 of black pipe and 90 minutes of sunlight delivers. The math is not debatable, the physics is not theoretical, and the technology is not new. Clarence Kemp knew it in 1891, standing inside that Baltimore workshop. 65% of Miami homeowners knew it in 1923, with solar collectors gleaming on every rooftop in the neighborhood. The soldiers in North Africa knew it in 1943, pouring hot water from a black canvas bag under the desert sky. Your great-grandparents knew this before the gas company knocked on their front door and told them to rip it off the roof. This knowledge did not break, it did not fail, and it did not become obsolete. It was disconnected, unplugged by an industry that needed your monthly payment more than it needed you to be comfortable. But the sun does not send invoices. Black pipe does not require a subscription. And a technology that worked for 130 years will not stop working because a corporation decided it was inconvenient. If this vault opens something for you, subscribe and share it. Every share reconnects what the energy industry tried to permanently disconnect. The next vault opens soon, and what they buried this time runs even deeper.